Hi, this is Katie Weatherup, and as you may know by now, I have a chakra program kicking off March 1st that I'm really excited about. This is one of the ways that I get to go really deep with people. And there's a lot of healing and getting your chakras functional and healthy and vibrant that's part of the program. But there's also a lot of activation for modern times. So one of the examples is giving the shimmer right to the heart chakra, which is this initiation that opens up its capacity to connect not with these lines of light or energy, but as a field effect. There's the kind of the difference between dial-up and DSL. There's this ability to have your heart be a vibrational field that has all this energy that can be shared in these really nuanced ways with people. And because it's this really high vibrational expression of your heart chakra energy, it's also a good remedy for codependency. So you know those love cords that have strings attached, no pun intended, and you know some weirdness associated with them. The shimmerite allows you to keep your heart relaxed and open and just kind of vibrate away the energy that's not a good match. So this is just one of the things I do in the 4 journeys that I do for the heart chakra when we're on the heart chakra month. And there are these marvelous things. You know, one of the things I love that I get to do for the throat chakra is to hook it up to all the other chakras. So there are very few people who know how to use their heart chakra as an expression for all the other chakras. So the safety that they need, for the creativity, for what their boundaries are in a really clear, kind way, just what is and is not okay with them, not the sort of premeditated, thought out boundaries, but just a really authentic, like, oh yeah, you're on my toe, you know, just do me a favor and step off my toe. And a lot of times people choose between their heart chakra, their loving expression, and being able to let someone know if they're on your toe, if it isn't okay. And so, you know, just those 2 chakras being connected to your throat chakra, the heart and the solar plexus, which has your mind and your boundaries and what works for you and your sense of self, like those being online at the same time, flowing into your communication is so powerful. But it also gives voice to your vision and your soul purpose and the full spectrum of who you are. I think one of the pain points, the subtle pain points that I hear from people sometimes is people don't know who I am. They don't really see me. And we don't necessarily learn how to communicate that in a really full spectrum way. So often we adjust our expression as children to what can be received and what gets us the best results. And I'm all for being an adult survival of childhood, like whatever it took to survive the situation that you were in, which wasn't of your making, when you didn't have access to as much power and choice. And you found a way, you found something that worked. But a lot of times we shut down parts of ourselves and part of our expression and our chakras that just aren't welcome or received in our family of origin, much like they weren't for our parents or our grandparents. And as a result, there are all these lines of energy and expression that are blocked. And the cool thing about turning all this on in this really like nuanced, sophisticated way is you don't necessarily have the growing pains of you know, going from, oh, I was taught to really withhold, so now I'm going to blurt everything out and have no filters. Like sometimes people go through a process where they were people pleasing and then they try on being abjectly selfish and just about themselves. And I totally recognize when someone's going through that in therapy and noticing their own voice when they've prioritized what other people want is an important and vital growth step. But I don't really want to hang with them while they're going through it, because it's just not fun to have people who are, you know, not sophisticated enough to pay attention to the effect. So by doing this work as adults, we bring all of our discernment so we can ease it in, we can have it come into an alignment. That's assuming that, you know, you have already a certain amount of mastery with your voice and engagement. If it's completely shut down and we remove some of those blocks, your truth may flow out in a little bit of a messy way initially, but for most people, it's just an opportunity to bring more of you online and to bring it into all these different aspects of your life. So thank you so much for listening. Obviously, I really love doing this program, and cool bonus, I'm doing it in the background. So you're totally invited to listen to all the MP3s that I create about the journeys that I do every month, and I hope you will. But if it doesn't work out for you to throw that on in the background while you're doing the dishes, or as you're going to sleep at night, that's cool. You still get the energetic interventions. You still get the core of the work. You just don't get to have your mental self engaged with, what does this mean for me and what am I learning? I do a lot of education in the program because I think we're woefully uneducated about our energy body and the care and feeding of it and how to be in right relationship to it. So there's a lot of that that's woven in. But for a lot of people I work with, they already have a fantastic foundation. I've been working with the chakras deliberately for over 20 years now, and I work with people who have the same history. They know a heck of a lot. And so you're just really invited to kind of come as you are with very little time if that's your reality, or a lot of engagement if that's your reality. Either one is all to the good. So thank you so much for listening. As you probably know, this is Katie Weatherup, and you can learn more about me and my work at my website, which is handsoverheart.com.